Hey, folks, what's up? This is Jeff with This Week with JTT. How you doing? We got quite a bit to talk about today. Well, I got to be on too long because I got to have a very busy day. I got a lot of content to upload, but there's a first one to touch up here. For one thing, I'm rocking this MAGA hat. Haters, deal with it. Also, American flag, American by birth, Christian, by the grace of God. Yes, I'm American, I'm a Christian, and I have no shame about it. We could talk about Kamala Harris. Two things, question we gotta have for her. Excuse me. Yeah, drink here quick. Two questions that has to be answered. One, can she or will she actually secure the border? But the first question is she really a border czar? It's like in one breath, and there's some video footage of her being appointed by Joe Biden as a border czar, at least appointed as a person to take care of the situations the borders are. And I see different clips of, you guys say, well, I'm a little confused, because like for recently, you got people saying, oh, she's not a border czar. That's from right to the far right, the right-wing media, from Fox News, Newsmax, I think AON. They say she's a border czar. She's not. But you don't take my word for it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Kamala Harris keep claiming that Kamala Harris is like not the border czar, but I don't know. Saying goes, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, chances are it might be a duck. But let's start with Mr. Biden would say about that.
4th, 2021, Biden appoints Kamala as the point of contact for the border.
To deal with it humanely and to stop what's happening. And so this increase has been consequential. But the vice president's agreed, among the
It is Joe Biden.
multiple other things that have happened in the meeting, and I appreciate it, agreed to lead our diplomatic effort and work with those nations to accept the returnees and enhance migration enforcement at their borders. We're already talking with Mexico.
Okay, let me stop right there. It's kind of funny he talk about enforcing border security. And I imagine like in other countries, yes, but some funny reason is it seems like when it comes to our borders being secure, yeah, I don't think having open borders is the same as secure, It's like you're in charge of Fort Knox, the most secure, safe that holds the gold in the country and all that. Would it be secure if you leave that vote wide open for the whole world to see? I mean, come on. What would happen if you have a vault full of gold and you have the doors wide open? You're not going to tell me people are not going to be like, oh, really? A vault full of gold, wide open. I am not going to be tempted to go after it? Come on, folks. Oh, as Joe Biden likes to say, come on, man.
Mexico about that. She's already done that. We're going to be dealing with a full team now that we have to be able to deal with the problem here at home, but also to deal with it now in terms of in country. And I can think of nobody who's better qualified to do this than this is a woman who ran the second largest Attorney General's office in America after the United States Attorney General in the state of California, and has done a great deal of upholding human rights, but also fighting organized crime in the process. So it's not her full responsibility and job, but she's leading the effort, because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that where the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing, and I hope we can move this along. So, Madam Vice President, thank you. I gave you a tough job, and you're smiling, but there's no one better capable of trying to organize this.
Well, thank you, Mr. President, and for having the confidence in me. And there's no question that this is a challenging situation. As the President has said, there are many factors that lead President to leave these countries.
I still find it very strange that during when they first got together to debate each other, when the stage full of Democrat hopefuls, like these two had beef. I mean, legitimate beef. We talk about, I'm not gonna say like Crips and Bloods type beef, but it wasn't pretty. And all of a sudden, they're partners. If I gotta choose which one I would trust together to work together, I would by far and away trust the Crips and the Bloods to work together and to work together cohesively. You see, the Crips and the Bloods, despite the bloody past they had, at least in the end, they said, like, you know what? In the end, we gotta protect our children, our future. We gotta protect our communities. They don't care that much, Biden and Harris. I'm sorry to tell you. People think like, oh, yes, they do. No, they don't. But I digress. Like, it's weird. You just heard that in a roundabout, he said he put him responsible for the border. But the next clip is going to show you, in one breath, they say she's the border czar. In another breath, they can say she's not the border czar, and try to blame the conservatives. They try to blame the right wing. They got to blame the Republicans. But the fact that they report she's the border czar is from the liberal news media. Think I'm capping? Think I'm kidding? You think I'm fibbing just a little bit? See for yourself.
Border czar. Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris
Channel 7 News.
facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by
CNN.
President Biden.
People gonna have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris,
CBS News.
Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical
Looks like ABC.
of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
MSNBC.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been so much criticism against Kamala Harris. You know, she was the border czar.
That was CNN again.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
Well, you heard yourself, folks. In one breath, they said she's the border czar. In another breath, they said she's not the border czar. But all the news media are not right wing. ABC, MSNBC, CNN. Do you see Fox in there? I see no Fox News. And I don't see no Newsmax or AON. I don't see anything that says that a right-wing newspaper say that, at least in these clips. They probably exist, no question about it, and have been thoroughly debunked like crazy. But you heard from the liberal news media that she was the border czar. And for some funny reason, it's like hard to comprehend, hard to wrap around your head. You know, saying like, no, it's even, she's been appointed to take care of business down the border, and she did. She kept it open. The border wasn't closed. It wasn't secure. Are you kidding me? But can I say something, folks? I'm going to say a majority don't care. I don't care. Not my business. And you're right. You do not care. And you won't care until it comes to your doorstep. All those liberal states. California. Ask the average person how much it costs to live there. I looked at some of the stats in California, how much it costs there. It's insane. I cannot afford to live in California. I heard horror stories. I was like, there's no way I can afford to live in California. And the homeless situation is horrifying. I thought New York's homeless problem is bad. No. California would look at New York and said, hold my beer. That's how bad it's getting. As for the border situation, before I go on, I'm gonna show you one more thing because you want further proof. It's not what was said, but it was been written. And one person going to tell you that is by one person by the name of Greg Gutfeld. He's funny, but he can be serious too.
We heard you jackasses. It's what was written. Let's go. Let's go right to the source. This is the government proclamation that says she is indeed the czars, you. They used the very word.
They say he's satirist, made fun of things, but he grabbed some facts and said, like, you know what? If this is turd, it is turd. It's not a brownie. It's not a fudge. It's turd. Smush. Give me a break here. Overall, folks, it is not your problem until it's at your doorstep. That's the funniest thing. You can say you don't care. It doesn't concern me. You're right. Until it comes to your doorstep, then it becomes your problem. But my question is, why do you have to wait till it comes to your doorstep? Why you gotta wait till it come knocking on your door? Then you be going like, oh crap. It's like you have the most expensive car on the block. You don't lock it, you don't secure it. You're thinking no one's gonna steal my car. And the only time you realize your car is stolen, by the time you look and the car is gone. Who stole my car? Anybody who gets their hands on it because it's not secure and protected. And as for the situation of the border, here's my biggest worry. What make you think no terrorists are going to sneak by there? When they heard that Biden was appointed president, you're not going to tell me that these terrorist cells are not going to think of it. They're not thinking about it. They planned it. They're just going to, if Trump would have been elected, try to find another way to sneak in this country. But when they find out Biden was appointed president, it's like going, piece of cake. They said, oh, this is going to be difficult. You know how many different countries snuck through the border? It's kind of terrifying. Countries as far away as China. China. And you're not going to tell me some men from the Middle East is sneaking. No, there's quite a few. Especially like, able-bodied military-age men. You're going to try to tell me that no terrorist plotting is not going to take place? I'll put it this way, though. As scary as the terrorist plotting is right there in the past, when Trump had the border secured, because let's face fact, I'm not going to lie to you. The border situation falls on the shoulders of both Democrats and Republicans. They both like to keep things broken so they try to make themselves look like the heroes. Say, oh, I could fix it, even though they're the ones who broke it in the first place. Trump was not playing that game. He's like, no, let's fix it once and for all. And for some reason, Democrats, even some Republicans fought him on it. Why? Because we try to have somebody come to this country legally? And then you got, I forgot the name of that woman who tried to run for president. They nicknamed her, I think Trump called her Pocahontas. I forgot her name. Don't care. Bottom line, she wanted to create a path of citizenship to all these illegal people who stuck this country. So you're not telling me she's not thinking about the people who are here legally, who has yet to be sworn in as U.S. citizens. What about them? You're gonna cast them aside? Why? You want to know why you tried to create a path for the citizenship for the people who snuck here illegally, the people who you pretty much like wine and dine, gave them all sorts of free stuff? Because you want to make sure you have a brand new voting bloc that is strictly loyal to the Democrats. Because let's face facts. Over the decades, the black vote started to erode. The first clue when like a good number of black people voted for Mitt Romney. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get the Democrats' attention. Not a lot, but enough to get the attention. Then you got Trump. His numbers more than double that than Mitt Romney, which got Trump elected. And now the way things are, and the stuff Trump and put from it, Trump went from being like, from beloved to hated, they become the epitome of the underdog because it seems like this government is moving heaven and earth and making some deals with the devil to take down Trump. Come on, folks. Lord knows how many indictments, 2 impeachments, and a mugshot, and an assassination attempt to him. Are you serious? You know, but Trump's a big deal, and it makes his picture made the appearance at a 50 Cent concert. Because Trump is like 50 Cent saying, I'm going to die trying. Trump's not giving up. The fact that he almost got a bullet to the head, I'm sorry, he got this election. He got this. He got this. Because I can tell you right now, come on, right now, now here's a funny thing though. The moment that the assassination attempt on Trump failed, strange enough, Biden got COVID. Oh yeah, the same COVID that he got like so many shots against. Like Trump, Biden got like about maybe 2 or 3 shots against COVID and still caught COVID, which tells me something about the so-called vaccine. That's one. 2, didn't someone say like those who don't get the shot would die? I know a lot of people didn't get the shot. They're still alive, kicking, saying like, what? The only people you should be concerned about is those with weak immune systems and the elderly. Plain and simple. Like I said, it's pretty sad that we're at a point where we really cannot trust and depend on the government. Last thing I want to talk about, though, is how Kamala Harris is going to save the economy. Can't you save the economy? I'm sorry, the track record with the Democrats is not the best in the world. Trump got them beat by light years. It is so bad that the economy is so bad. Even if it was like a slight uptick, they would swear it's the best in the world because you set the bar so low. You kidding me? It's like the high jump record is like what? 1 feet. Wow. Okay. Weeman from Jackass can beat that. Yeah, that's how low you set the standards for us, and that is sad. But this is a clip of Kamala Harris' idea how to save the economy. Tell me what you think about it.
Serious housing shortage. In many places, it's too difficult to build, and it's driving prices up. As president, I will work in partnership with industry to build the housing we need, both to rent and to buy.
Who will build it? What industry, what company will build it? Which means, like, what deal did she make? Who will be able to afford it? Who would get it? What a chance do you think is the illegal migrants? Would be kind of messed up. Yeah, she built houses to rent and buy, but what a chance to be the illegal migrants who get first crack at it. Not the American people who need it first, who've been around since day one. What about the illegal migrants? I don't think, I can guarantee they probably get that first.
We will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels.
I have a hard time believing that. There's some states that will let you build in certain areas, and some states will not. What'd you do? Sign an executive order, do like eminent domain? Eminent domain is a very powerful thing, but will it be affected in every state? Yeah, I think you should consider things very carefully, Harris. And the seals clap. Throw them a fish. The seals are hungry.
And by the end of my first term,
the economy being the crapper. Next.
We will end America's housing shortage by.
You're going to end the American housing shortage? You're going to end it in California and in New York, maybe Seattle and Washington. You're going to end it by your first term. Famous last words. I try very hard not to say something like ignorant because I don't be kicked up on YouTube or anything like that. I'm just going like, whew, I got to keep calm, I got to keep cool. Because I'm like,
Building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class.
You sure about that? Seems like the middle class is almost being squeezed to extinction. For some for a reason, though, like the middle class seems to be taking it on the chin a lot. To a point to where, like, you got people try to break past the glass ceiling to become middle class, and that glass ceiling has become more like stainless steel. Now, I'm not hating on people above that who are like upper class. Like these people who like make six figures or more, these people provide jobs. The way Trump has done it, everyone was working. Everyone's making money. Everybody got more money in their pockets. Even when things were tough, at least Trump gave us stimulus checks where like it helped us. Seems like the same type of money that we consider stimulus going to our pockets went to the pockets of the migrants. Prove me wrong. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried about our country because people say like, "Oh, vote for Harris, she got it back." So basically, you don't vote for her because she's a woman of color. But my question is she really a woman of color? Because after I heard rumor that she's Asian, what? That's confusing to me. That is so confusing to me. Like, all of a sudden, she's black, and she could done for black people. Well, I've been hearing she put some black people in. It's not that she put so many black people in prison. Like it's speculation saying like, she put that many black people in prison, but there's one person who was in prison falsely, and they know they messed up because they had to give him a settlement of $13 million. If you're not wrong, why you give the man who was in prison for like 6 years $13 million? But that's about like 5-6 years of the man's life he's not getting back because he's been in prison for something he didn't do. That means you messed up big. Really big. But like I said, I digress. But in closing though, folks, we need Trump. I'm serious. We need Trump. Because as much as the Democrats don't want to admit it, as much as the liberals don't want to admit it, as much as the people on the left don't want to admit it, the economy is doing great by Trump. It killed them. I've been watching CNN. It pretty much made them choke on themselves that they had to admit that the economy is doing great under Trump. They hate that. That means Trump's doing great. Because the outside is doing the work, but our politicians don't want to do. That's what the politicians hate about Trump. You see, these politicians, these establishment politicians, are content in fixing things a little bit, but that way it broke down, they can run back and fix it. They're going to accuse Trump being greedy, try to make money off it. Please. Trump is losing money. Some funny reason all the other politicians making money handle it fits like crazy. And don't get me wrong, though. Once Trump gets elected, which he will be 2024, making America great again, like say once he serves his 4 years as president, he's going to make whatever money he can. If he wants his go on a speaker tour, he can ask whatever price he wants. Book tour, boom. If he wants to do the Apprentice, forget about it. If he wants to do the Apprentice after serving as president, yeah. But you know what I think, though, too? In all honesty, number one, this time make a movie about Trump, I say why not? Because this man been put for a lot. In all honesty, I think the man will spend his last few years being with his family, just relax. Because the fact you want to be the president of the United States, you have all these forces fighting you, that's taking the weight on your shoulders like you wouldn't believe. You think you have the weight on your shoulders, folks? Try to do what Trump tried to do, and pretty much the whole world fights you. It's kind of funny that the rest of the world is rooting for Trump except for the people on this soil. The only people who's rooting for Trump is people who want Trump elected, which is us. Democrats don't want Trump in power, and believe it or not, Republicans don't want Trump in power. The same people who's there for Trump's impeachment, they suffer greatly politically. Yeah, like, oh, I don't care, it doesn't matter, I have a great sacrifice. Please. They made their money, they don't care, they go back, have their own businesses and all that, they don't care. But the reality is, what about the common American people? And keep this in mind, folks. You can say up or down, it's not your problem until it comes to your doorstep. If it comes to your doorstep, the question would be to you would be like, okay, what am I going to do now? And the more words the question is it too late to do something about it? Come down to this. With Trump, the country would be more secure, our economic future would be brighter, and would be less likely to be involved in World War III. Another thing I find funny, though, you say, like, when Trump get involved in wars, we are way closer to World War III now than ever before. At least with Trump, everybody, like, mind their P's and Q's and all that. Biden in charge? And one more thing I forgot, because I'm going to end this soon. You're going to tell me that the world leaders going to take Kamala Harris seriously? No, they're not. You going to be afraid of Kamala Harris? No, they're not. China and Russia alone are going like rolling their eyes, shaking their heads like, no. North Korea, don't get me started. And I really got to go to the Middle East. You know what their stance on how they feel about women in power. They're not a huge fan of it. I promise you. Now, as for this thing with this Israel-Hamas war, it's a very terrible thing. I worry about innocent blood being shed on both sides, plain and simple. The biggest problem I have is like what the people are doing, like say in DC. They're facing, vandalizing, in DC. It's kind of funny though, they do all that, but no one's talking about that still. Shocker. But it is what it is. Well, with that, folks, I want to thank you for sticking around, at least checking up. And then, like I said, it'll be another live stream at about 9 o'clock. Hopefully I started a little early. I was a little late. Probably going to get some upload some more stuff like that. The early clips I got to upload them separately on my YouTube page later on, before the night's over. So other than that, folks, I want to thank you once again. I appreciate all my subscribers, my ride and dies. Thank you very much. And like I said,